Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reacting / reviewing the episode 3 of Bleach Thousand Year Blood War arc. Also, before the video starts, make sure you're a law-abiding citizen and subscribe to the law. By the way, I am the law. Alright.
Let's go!
Something I really like about this arc so far is how fast we get started with everything. They really had no time to waste. They threw us in the start of the war like right away. The pacing up to now has been great, and hopefully the full arc follows this pace. That would be great to see, and every episode would be a banger for sure, and we would be able to skip the filler pandemic that Bleach has. First of all, as I thought, we get to see Ichigo and this guy fight for a bit, the Quincy. And I just love how cocky he is and how not serious he is during the whole battle / episode. We see Ichigo fire off a devastating Getsuga Tensho, and this Quincy just ate the attack and just stays at the end of Ichigo's Zanpakuto unfazed, like there was not a whole Getsuga Tensho shot at him. We don't see the full battle, so it's going to keep going into the next episode, but man, this fight is something else. At some point during the fight, we see the Quincy power up, and he kind of looks like Akashi Susanoo. I'm going to put up two pictures right next to each other. Let me know if I'm just seeing things, but I think they look very similar. But I also think it's really cool to see his power, because I always thought that Uryu had a pretty cool power system and just insane powers overall. So now that the main enemy of this arc is literally people who have this kind of power, I can't wait to see how different people use them in different ways. Also, just to clear up, there's no hate. I don't think there's any copying or whatever between Bleach and Naruto. I like both of these animes. I just want to say that. Like, it could almost be seen like a funny Easter egg, something like that, you know? We then find out that the Quincy is able to suck up the reishi around him and use that power as he wishes, so he can take the power of other people and use that power for himself. This is not exactly the same power that captures Bankai's, so Ichigo's Bankai is safe for now and he's able to use it freely, but it is in the similar sense that it takes the power and then they can use them back against the enemy. At some point during the battle after his transformation, the three bestias get back up and combine their left arms to create a huge monster, which is pretty strong and absolutely beats up the Quincy, like beats him to death. However, the Quincy takes the beating like a champ and just replaces all of his bones like nothing happened. Then he sucks in part of the monster and some of Orihime and Chad's power, and then has another power up and becomes a literal monster and just becomes way too OP. I'm not really sure how his power works. Maybe he can use the power that he absorbs to heal himself, but up to now, all I feel like is that he's invincible. During his fight with Ichigo, the Quincy brings up Uryu and is flabbergasted at the idea that his arrows are weaker than his own. So what I think is going to happen is Uryu, who's a Quincy as well, is going to be playing a bigger role in this war than we think. Just like Ichigo, who the Quincy King alerted his people to watch out for because he's a special threat, I think Uryu is going to have a bigger part to play in this war. Speaking of Uryu, we see him looking up the history of the Quincy's and the Soul Reapers in his father's library. He doesn't find much at first, and then he kind of talks with his father, and his father says, "You won't find anything here." And then he goes to his father's desk, and then he looks and he finds a book, and in that book he finds out the history between the Quincy's and the Soul Reapers, and basically what he finds out is that the Soul Reapers were ordered to commit a genocide on the Quincy's, so basically kill all of them back then because they couldn't come to an understanding. So that's why the Quincy's are so upset and are the enemies of the Soul Reapers, because the Soul Reapers tried to get rid of all of them. After the Uryu scene, we see the captains getting ready for war, and Yamamoto is pissed off because they don't know where the Quincy's are hiding, and they're preparing for war themselves because they can't really do anything else, so they just have to prepare themselves for the invasion and just wait around. After that scene, we see Yamamoto, who's talking with the 12th captain, and he reveals that all of this would not be happening if the captain had been able to kill the Quincy King all that time ago. Which I find really interesting is that it's a big reveal that basically all of this is happening because of Yamamoto and his decisions. And on top of that, after that, we found out that the captain of the 12th Division alerted Yamamoto that he should have killed Uryu when he entered the Soul Society during the Soul Society retrieval arc at the beginning of the story. Something that I really like is the fact that they're making a connection all the way back to the second arc of the story, which is pretty impressive. There's no foreshadowing or anything, but I'm just saying that it's pretty impressive that you can tie back to something that happened very long ago, almost 10, 15 years ago. After that, the invasion starts, and we see the Quincy King chilling over the Soul Society in a pain-like fashion. Don't tell me that these two pictures don't look the same. I'm going to put the Pain arc picture and the Quincy King picture. Don't tell me they don't look the same. Then we see a ton of portals open and let through the Wanderite, and they start killing some of the Soul Reapers. So in this episode, the battle has actually started. Shit is about to go down in next episode. It's about to be absolutely insane. I can't wait for it. Even after only 3 episodes, I already understand why people think this is the best arc of Bleach that there is. Because it really is so interesting and it's so good and so entertaining. I love it up to now. It becomes even more interesting every single episode that comes out. So there you have it, my review slash reaction of the 3rd episode of Bleach Thousand Year Blood War arc. Thank you for watching and I'll see you all next time.